Hello everybody, it's Level 4 for another First Impressions video. Today, we're going to be taking a look at this title screen. And we're just going to stay here for the next 20 minutes. Now, today we're looking at Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. HD remaster, I guess, or port, or... yeah, it's a remaster, I suppose, of Xenoblade Chronicles for the Wii. Xenoblade had a very long history of trying to get to America, and there was people, Operation Rainfall, to try to get it and two other games localized, or at least sold over here. And eventually it became a huge hit, which Nintendo just did not expect, apparently. They only sold it through GameStop, I believe, at first. I think that was Xenoblade also. And eventually they made a 3DS port, which was actually very good. And then they announced that they were making an HD version with updated graphics, a better UI, an epilogue that is accessible immediately. And then we had to wait for it. Which was the hardest part when they announced it, and then we had to wait. I know a lot has been said about this title screen, this opening screen here, and there's really not much I can add to the conversation, except for the fact that it's just amazing. The music, like as it slowly bleeds in, is beautiful. As it goes from day to evening to night to dawn to day, it's just like, it's something that if you're just having like a bad day, you can just put this title screen on as background music while you try to work or something, and look at it every so often just to get the mood from the sky here. And the fact that they were able to make it look better in the HD version is just impressive, because it was just something beautiful to behold in the first place. But anyway, despite the fact that honestly I would just talk about this game over this title screen, let's actually get into it. So yeah, you can access the extra story from the beginning. I'm not going to do that because A, spoilers for the main game in case you haven't, and B, I want to play it on my own time. And there's the nighttime. Ah, the Minato lights up. It's beautiful. Let's see. So the text is bigger than I remember, which is great. I don't know if it actually is bigger, but it's bigger than I remember at the very least. And the original game was on the Wii, which means it was 480 maximum. So, even if it was like widescreened, it was still, those graphics. But they really tried their best, like, to make the Wii version like as good as it possibly could be, I think. Text speed, I'm just gonna make faster. Brightness I think is good. Game settings, vibration on. Okay. Yeah. So let's get started, I guess. So this isn't special bonus for having played Xenoblade Chronicles 2. You can start the game with 100,000 gold. Sure. It's my choice whether to use it or not, but I like the fact that it's attached that way. I didn't know that they did that, actually. No, but I don't remember anyone saying anything about it. But then again, I've been mostly avoiding people talking about the game because I wanted to experience it.
Long ago, the world was nothing more than an endless sea.
I'm so glad that they kept the voice actors
in a boundless sky, reaching as far as could possibly be imagined.
As weird as it may sound, having like American voices for Xenoblade X
into existence
was so like jarring to me. Like I really expected them to just keep like the British voices.
The Bionis and the Mechonis.
It just sounds better, at least in this context. Maybe that's just because that's what I know. That's what we know. We didn't have American voice actors, but even, I don't know, trying to imagine it just doesn't work in my mind. Like, I just love the voice cast. I guess gotta hand it to him. He knows how to use that sword.
The Titans were locked in a timeless battle. Until at last, only their lifeless corpses remained. Eons have passed. Now, our world, this vast land stretching across the remains of the Bionis, is under attack from a relentless force known as the Mechon.
Look at those little dudes. It's pretty crazy.
Get away from me! Retreat! No retreat! The Mecon's unknown! No! No!
See, I like this because it's like a dynamic start to the game.
Down our weak right flank. For a bunch of soulless machines, they seem to know a thing or two. But we'll see.
It's good to have like a taste of the scope of the game. You know, when you're getting into 100 or 200 plus hour RPG, you know?
We've been given the order to retreat.
So
We're
it
pulling
usually
back the
means
line
it's
to
going to
Colony
be pretty
6.
low key for the
That's
first
where we'll
bunch.
set up the last line of defense.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Any more time spent hanging around here, and we're done for.
Count me in. We gotta get out of here.
Or we can stay and fight.
What?
What?
We may die if we take a stand here, but staying gives us the chance to change our destinies. We have the Monado. With this, the future is ours for the taking.
I also like the
Stupid
voice
beast.
acting in this a lot better than
Your body
Xenoblade
can't take any
Chronicles
more
2.
of the Monado. I can tell by just looking at you.
Getting
That's
short-sighted
a
in your
talk
old
for
age,
another
Dixon.
time, though.
I'm fine. Don't worry, I'm still in control.
I like Xenoblade too, but there's a few things.
I should
that
have
bother
known
me
I
about
couldn't
the
talk
voice acting.
sense into a beast. Let's do this. I'm going with you.
I don't think
need
it's a
someone
voice
to drag
cast's
your
fault.
corpse on.
As long as you think you've still got the strength in you, old man.
Oi, you two! We've been ordered to pull back. I'm leaving.
Well, I say you're coming with us. What would we do without those?
The enemy's second wave is approaching.
It's now or never, Dunban. Let's show them what we got. We'll give them a warm Hom's welcome.
Acknowledged.
Yeah. Ha. What are they trying to prove? I'm not throwing my life away. No point dying in some godforsaken field. Nothing for it. I'll have to use Dunban as a decoy. Yeah, that should give me time to escape.
Yep, that'll go well. I forgot you actually fight here. So press L or R to target a monster. Target an enemy to display the battle palette. Select the fight icon, press A to start a battle. Glad Mumkar is still on our team though. So approach target to auto attacks. This is something that they took out of Xenoblade X. And did they put that back in 2? I haven't played 2 in over a year, honestly. I don't remember. But the auto attack is just nice because it lets you strategize without like feeling like you need to like stay on top of the battle. So left and right to select arts, and Mana Busters, its own thing. So Busters increase damage against Mechon, and Chant allows ordinary weapons to damage Mechon. So I should probably do that so my friends can actually like do things. But you get your charges up for using arts by doing the auto attacks. So obviously, since this is the first battle, you know, the first part of the game, it's going to be easy and we're not going to die. Let's enchant again. But the right stick is the camera, left stick. Wow, that hit 2 enemies. The left stick is move around. Eleanor, they already said. Oh gosh, M82. Look at you. Look at you, big boy. Get the chainsaw. Also, the fact that you can like do the auto attacks while moving around, which I think is unlike Chronicles 2, means that it means that you can like in the other game it was sacrificing, you either attack or you get out of the way, but here you can like still keep charging up your attacks while you avoid the enemy's attack.
They'll have to be if they want to beat
Although
us.
sometimes the enemy attacks hit you anyway because that's just how the game is.
You heard him. Dixon, Munka, let's do this.
What I'm trying to say is I like the battle system in this better than X or 2. I just feel like it's more forgiving and more dynamic. And I never really got how the battle system in 2 works anyway, so that's just on me though. But like it just felt like it never really explained how to get things going, and it relied way too much on strategy. That's not nice.
I ain't going down that easily.
Yeah.
Tomba, you alright?
Like, enemies wouldn't die unless you do like the exact right thing, like that kind of battle system, and you also didn't get the ability to do things easily until like 20 hours into the game.
Hate to drop this on you, but it's the Monado they're after. So have fun keeping them occupied for me. I'm getting the hell out of here.
That's rude.
You dirty.
Now don't worry, I'll organize your funerals. Well, see you boys. Wait.
Huh?
That's just rude.
If this is a joke, it ain't funny.
I love
Looks like this is it. At least we know
how
our
varied the
luck can get worse from
mechs
here.
are also.
Dumban?
Dixon, take care of the survivors.
Dumban, what are you playing at?
Those idiots. I'll just come and get the Monado when everything's quieted down a bit. That thing's gonna be mine.
What are you gonna do with it? You're just gonna fight more.
Oh no, please. No!
Vile Mekon.
Yeah.
If you think the Homs, the people of Bionis, are just waiting here for you to pick us off, you are sorely mistaken.
And then the zoom out. See, this gives me chills. You know why? Because it reminds me of Final Fantasy VII's intro. You're really focused on that one point, and then it zooms all the way out. And you realize, oh, this is just a tiny speck. Just a tiny speck of what's going on. And it gives you a grand scale of the game. Ah, good times. So that's, I think that's like a great intro. It gives you get a look at what the situation in the world is 1 year later. The battle system, the music, some of the characters.
M71. I bet I can use its optical system to align one of the
But it
anti-air
leaves you
batteries.
wondering, like, how did you get there? What happened to everybody?
Good. It's broken.
And now the game slows down a little bit,
The joint section.
which is appropriate for
It's
a long
buckled.
RPG.
It's completely useless.
Don't fall backwards onto a sword. Fun fact.
An M69! Its armor would be perfect for making a shield. If I can just get it off, I should be able to... Shulk! Ryan!
You fool.
It's not a mechon. It's just a crabble.
It's a crabble.
It was using the mechon armor as a shell.
I'll lure it away and top it.
They had no right to make Ryan look that good. Alright, so now we get our second set of tutorials, essentially, using the actual characters in the game. When the HP gauge is depleted, the character will be incapacitated. Select arts with, same thing. Use backslash to deal. So this is the tutorials on comboing. So you use backslash to deal damage. Restore HP with light heal, and yeah. So right now, so again, you can just get behind an enemy. You cannot use the same art repeatedly. There's a cooldown. Eat this, man. I'm just. Ryan, you're a lifesaver. I like the voices. I miss them. Each character has a talent, a special art called a talent art. To use a talent, it must be full. So that also fills up with auto attack. So here is turn strike. So that inflicts break. And then defeat enemies will drop treasure chests. So break is a way to whoop. Green ring stops you from escaping. Yeah, that enemy just kind of appeared there. Hey, buddy. So another thing is that you can just use an art to start a battle. So like in this case, backslash. So aggro. Aggro is another thing that makes, I mean, if you ever played an MMO, I know this is kind of disjointed, but aggro is something that measures a monster's feelings of animosity. More damage a monster takes from a party member, the greater the aggro. If the member of the party becomes the target, aggro ring will appear around them. Shulk's backslash deals more damage from behind, so if he's aggroed, then that's a problem. Helpfully highlighted for you as a chance art, that's new. When an aggro ring appears around Ryan, Shulk has a chance to use backslash from the rear. Oh, I got an achievement for it. Right, there are achievements and stuff in this game too. So Ryan is really good at just aggroing enemies. Like that's his shtick. He's a tank.
Close one. Man, what were you doing wandering off by yourself? Stay where I can keep an eye on you. It's pretty dangerous outside of the colony. There are all kinds of monsters.
Yeah.
They definitely made the text bigger.
Everyone in the colony is going to be really happy.
I'm more worried about you than the shell.
Sorry if you hear lawnmower.
Oh, whatever. Knowing what you're like, at least you'll make a decent weapon out of it. This scrap driver's excellent.
I just learned by watching Dixon make weapons.
Of course, Dunban's weapon still beats them all.
The Monado. I hope I can figure out the secret of his power one day.
You will, Shulk. Anyway, we better get back to the colony. If I'm late for drills again, old Square Tash is gonna kill me.
Square Tash?
Square Tash.
Oh, the Defense Force Colonel. He's pretty scary.
Tell me about it.
Sorry, I didn't mean for you to come all the way out here during your break.
Don't worry about it. Let's get back.
So this game relies a lot on setting up combos and things as well. Follow the dotted path to advance the story. Like you can inflict break on enemies, and then that allows Ryan to topple them, and then they get really weak, and so on and so forth. There's a lot of different things, and later in the game it gets a little convoluted, but I still feel like the game does a better job of laying out how to do it and making it possible. The path to the next main story objective is displayed on the minimap. You can switch the minimap by full screen mode by pressing L, pressing in the left thing. ZR displays guidance panel, and ZR closes the story. Okay. R to move the camera. Oh yeah, right, I forgot there's like a bazillion tutorial things that pop up. System menu, save your progress. There's also an autosave. You can review tutorials at any time. Froze tutorials are added as you play the game, and yeah, you can just do that automatically. There's an event theater. It lets you rewatch events you've seen before. Cool. And take all, yeah, and you just get like junk from these things, which can be used to, well, find stuff, like craft things or sell them, or for people's, there's like a lot of little side quests that go on. Stupid little bunnet. So that, yeah, so that guy got toppled and it took a whole bunch of damage, and I need to change the camera, invert the x-axis. Okay, that's better. So it's good to fight like all these monsters, especially since they're all level 1 anyway, and you can just get the backslash on them. Also, it seems that your progress on getting your middle art, like your special art, stays between battles. So it just makes life easier if you want to like take on a bunch of little enemies, and then start off using turn strike or something on an enemy. I don't know why you'd want to, but you know. As you can see, just starting the battle off with the backslash, I just feel like is always the best thing, like, because otherwise, you know, you have a chance of having to wait a while. I mean, these little things are collectibles. I missed the Collectopedia. I liked it a lot. Although some of the things are really annoying to try to get, and you had to do grinding, and I understand that. But yeah, we got a cool potato. The Collectopedia gives you stuff as you unlock it, so it's good to explore. This game really, really likes rewarding exploration, like 100%. This is wild down. It's part of the combo. Of course, when the AI is just like, actually, we're not doing that. That's a problem. Okay, so we learned another art because we leveled up. We now have Slit Edge, which is a side attack. So, again, you know, very obviously, when you use it from the side, it lowers the enemy's defense, and that just adds to the fun. I mean, this is all everything that the game explains to you, so it's not like this isn't anything new that I'm teaching you, but the game introduces the mechanics to you slowly through the form of like level progression and story progression. I never really felt overwhelmed when I was playing this game, and especially like with the music and everything, it's just a very like inviting environment as you go through. And you know, again, it's nothing. I'm not saying anything new, but the music in this game is so unbelievable. Like, it's hard to really put into words the profundity. There's a good word. The profundity of the soundtrack. And I'm really excited to hear the ow. Really excited to hear the ow. I'm really excited to hear just the remasters and remixes of tracks. It's mostly just gonna be remastering, but like, I heard some of them already from the advertising, and goodness gracious. Also, the reason why like I'm able to get all these attacks is, as you can see, there's like a little icon above the enemies. It's just kind of like a little brown thing. That means that they're not gonna, like, they don't start off aggroed toward you. So if you want to just walk past them, they will not attack you. I would suggest trying to fight these enemies right now anyway, just to get a few levels and such, but you know, there will be enemies that will actively try to fight you in the future. Anyway, this is Colony 9, your main base of operations for a good chunk of everything. It's the main town of the game, really. It's where you live.
Here we are. I better stop in at HQ. You off to the weapon development lab?
Yeah,
Yep.
when I've sold any parts I can't use.
All right. See you later.
Bye. Oh, also, just other controls, I suppose. Yeah, so he's no longer in our party. You can visit shops. You can sell stuff. What was that? You can accept quests. You can trade with certain individuals, which is great for getting objects that you need to like raise affinity with party members, which is something that they explain later. The story will progress even if you don't do any trading or complete quests. However, yeah, doing quests gives you experience and items. Also, there are quests that are timed, so be careful of that. Pressing B is also a jump, and you can jump into the water and break your legs. I'm surprised that didn't kill me. That was actually kind of high. So the enemies down here, the enemies down here are, I forgot which is, I think there was a run button at some point, but no, one second. That's the X button brings this up. You can change your equipment, you can take all your clothes off, it's great. You can change the time in the game, which is good for finding items and specific enemies. If you want to go to the Collectopedia, we can just unlock all these little things here. I was saying something before and I don't remember. Yeah, be careful where you jump. The question one usually asks themselves is, can I make that jump? And the answer is usually no. You can swim though. Oh, auto run is up. There we go. So auto run, it lets you just take your hands off the controller, which is great. But I think that's gonna do it for the first impressions. I'm feeling like that sense of wonder that I got the first time I played this. Every time you discover a new location, it gives you experience, which again, this game really encourages exploration. There's secret areas, there's fast travel, there's collections, there's cool treasures, there's varied enemies and bosses. The story gets really great. These things are level 7 and I'm going to avoid them. If you want to get back up to the town, it's probably actually a good idea to try to fast travel. Colony 9. Do we have a fast travel for Colony 9? We do. And you even get achievement for it. 10 experience. I don't know if they scaled the experience back from what it was, but there was like, you could... Yeah, we found Dunban's house. You can... I believe there's an option that they added. Wedding ring. Oh, red means it's for a quest. I believe there's an option that they added that lets you de-level yourself and just like store the HP. Store the experience, I mean. I don't know if it's in this or in the or in the epilogue, but just recall there is at some point expert mode, limit XP gain and just character levels. Maybe that's what it is. But yeah, you have an autosave and you have 3 save files just like in the original game. But yeah, so that's a really cool feature because you can get really over leveled, and if you want to get that challenge back, that's a good way to do it. And then you can just readjust your levels at any time as long as you have the experience pulled up. But yeah, I'm actually gonna stop here, I promise. Thank you very much for watching. I'm gonna have fun with this. Also, depending on when you're watching this, I'm thinking of doing streams of this game. I don't know if I'm gonna like complete the game on stream because it is a very long game, but I wouldn't mind doing this, like long form streams type of thing, like once a week, because it's just fun and it's calming for me and people enjoy it. So yeah, look forward to those. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye, everybody. Bye bye.